because you expect that to perhaps be, oh, well, you know, we play good together, it's a honeymoon period because, you know, we're all pug-starring it up, that kind of thing. But this is a bit more serious. So I respect that, and I'm curious to see what they have to bring to the table on Train. They start off on CT side again, as we saw on Cobblestone from them, and they've gone full Kevlar, James. There's not even a diffuse kits.
Interesting. Two people looking to face B on the CT side from around the connector area. Wardle can go for the fast rotation as well. In the meantime, Neptune and Con93 looking for a potential Ivy push. Nothing doing over there though, apart from a decoy. And now 3 players are somewhat far from the B-bomb site. So there are flashes to be thrown over the top and the smoke towards connector. That is quite a tight smoke grenade, but that does allow the CTs to rotate in as well. Oh, a double dink. Goodbye. There goes Jason R as well. Can the bomb get planted? The bomb's pushing. Surreal is carrying the bomb. Look where he is. Oh, he got wrecked.
No. He was airborne, James. He was airborne. Have mercy. No mercy was found. Def can still do this, though. He's got the bomb planted. He's got a decoy. Full health, almost a Kevlar. He is in a good way. But for how long will he remain? No, not very long. He's dead now. He is dead.
Dead now, of course.
Dead now, of course.
Man, Surreal got absolutely ruined like a dog running through a newly laid carpet covered in mud and miscellaneous turds. First round for BMC. That's another pistol loss for Complexity. If I'm not mistaken, they are 0 for 3 so far on pistol rounds. Close, but not close enough. Here we go. I'm going to jump to glory. I'm going to jump to my doom. Oh, man, he face planted hard. Nothing but concrete for his jaw. The Bison again.
He's loving it, isn't he?
That is filth, man.
Yeah.
The Bison on an anti-eco run is like, you might as well have a reticle the size of half your screen. You just roughly aim in the middle and hope for the best.
I mean, as you said, there's no Kevlar, so for one round it's going to be good, but they're going to have guns in the next one. It's going to be useless in the following round when they've got AKs. I mean, a little bit strange, but never mind. BMC, that's their 3rd pistol round victory in a row. They are winning the pistols pretty well.
In fairness, in a round like this, there's an argument for buying the Bison over, say, an MP9 because of the added bullets. Here we go! That's the first one. Def getting taken down, but no one else is there.
It's carbon fiber.
It's all over.
Like my wallet. That's also carbon fiber. Seb, oh, hello. Double on the drop. Or a double dropping from the heights of the top, from the top of the ladder there, and it will be cleaned up all too easily by BMC. Only losing 1 man, so very happy there. Obviously, they don't really expect to do all that much, or rather to lose all that much in that situation, knowing that Complexity had no Kevlar, no helmets to speak of, and that it's instead about this round. And with the limited utility, the typical way you see most teams approach this on the T side is they'll play sort of somewhat of a slow round to begin with, just to get rid of some grenades, to try to make sure that no sneaky business is going on, but then they go for that hard yard hit. They use all their grenades in one space onto that set piece onto A, get out a split from Pop Dog and T-Main. And that's usually how things go in the mid-round. We'll have to see if Complexity will be up to anything else other than that. And we do have some aggressive poking here. Sanks is going in there from Ali.
Aggressive poking, very interesting. Surreal lining up some grenades, and I think Complexity may congregate around the Pop Dog area. 3.5 players in A for the CT side. Sanks can go for a flank. Will be late though. Let's see how this push goes. Neptune exposed to the smoke, managing to escape. Wardle getting off to a good start, taking Desi down in the meantime. Bomb around the red train for the time being. Moving past E-Box now. Neptune spots ahead. Can he get a kill though? No. 2 CTs drop. Wardle's got a lot to do. Plays on a high ground. Won't make life easier. He's going to try and move around, but he's stuck in an awkward spot. Doesn't know where to look. Down he goes, leaving Seb alone versus 3 with the honest UMP. Didn't invest fully in this round, it seems. Now life looks extremely difficult.
Does look rather bleak. UMP in a dream. And that's the thing about that round, is that as it happened exactly as I described from Complexity's side, but one would expect that BMC would also understand that. It's one of the basics of Train, that the T side is kind of forced into a position where that strategy is almost one of the best options possible. So you have to expect it, but at the same time, even if you're expecting it, the nades are there to get you into the A yard, and then it's just about hitting those headshots. And Complexity did that very well. And this is what I was talking about before. Complexity finding strength in these open aim battles towards the yard. And once again, we get the push coming in, but this time obviously up against pistol armor instead of full rifles.
And not a bad start for Complexity. BMC may opt to hold on to what they have in this round now and just play for exits. That's what it looks like to me. I think it would be somewhat suicidal for them to try to steal this round away. So I think it will be an attempt to steal some weapons. They've got 2 of the potential exits covered. Might be smart for Complexity maybe to decide on where they want to leave the site together. Don't want to give up any weapons. Corner around Ivy. It's got Surreal around the corner. Surreal's on the hunt. Comes for the wide peak. Nothing done though. 3 bullets left. Dink onto Desi. They could potentially lose another gun. Desi's gonna run. He's gonna run. Run. 3 players surviving for Complexity. This is a good spot for them. Definitely. They have an opportunity to get some rounds on the board. Desi doesn't make it out alive.
Yeah, they really need to get that that map one straight back. I mean, it's very, statistically, it's very unfavorable for the team that goes down 2-0 at the start of the best of 5. It's pretty unfavorable. So Complexity well on the way to create a solid situation for themselves as far as the money goes and the trajectory for themselves on this first half. But they're up against pistols once again. CZ's very dangerous, Deagle's very dangerous on this map, on the CT side. I would love to see BMC making good use of those. And Complexity have to be very careful if they end up going to the A yard. Unfortunately for BMC, they're not opting to go for more presence towards the front, as you would typically see the CZs be in those spots. That said, we do have Seb able to take down Surreal by Pop Dog, and a Mac-10 stolen, James.
Look at Neptune's position. They've got no idea. One's gone one way, one's gone the other. And now his CTs needs to just wait for Neptune to make a play here. Can he stop the bomb from going down? Surely gets planted. All his teammates being picked off in the meantime. That's a damn shame. Because in that situation, Complexity are almost definitely planting it on the T side of the train, which means he can probably pick off the bomb planter at the very least if they're patient enough. But 2 players lost before he is able to make a move. And opportunities are lost. Back on the buy, BMC with 2 AWPs on this occasion. Wardle got one nice and early on their first buy round. Now Sanks is joining the fray, and it will be Surreal for Complexity with his own AWP. Wardle will get to connector before Complexity get to main. That's how the spawn timings work. So he can hold this angle. Going for the wide angle, you can often see T's jumping into the site quickly through main because of said spawn timings. But anyway, a slow start from Complexity. BMC moving around, rotating. Having an AWP around connector to cover the high ground, while Seb covers the low in B.
I like that we saw the fast Molotov from Complexity. I mean, we can see Sanks running up there with his AWP, trying to get position, but as soon as that Molotov goes down, he knows that it's just way too risky to try to wait for the Molotov to go away, as the T's could be anywhere at that point, so has to fall back. And that single Molotov gives full reign on the secret area. That said, a lot of footsteps here for Connor to detect as he's sitting in the Pop Dog area. And I like this forward setup here from BMC. It shows confidence, and if Complexity do end up going for the A set piece, which we can see that they are, forward positioning from Pop Dog and towards the T main area from the CTs is very important. If Neptune get a couple frags here, that could really seal the deal. Connor opens things up, the trade comes in, trying to take down the AWP, and Neptune gets it done, but the trade is in.
Can the bomb go down? 35 seconds. The plant is attempted. Wardle can't do much about it. Sanks out of position, but Desi goes down for free. Jason R could fall into the crosshair soon as well. And Rex knows that Seb, but he can't win the duels. All wiped out. BMC back to winning ways. 2 AWPs retained as well. And eventually they will defuse the bomb. Or will they?
It's actually quite funny.
Perhaps
because,
not.
Because if they had actually just let the... Oh no, please. Thank God. Oh, thank God. Because it's so funny, because if they let the Molotov burn out, obviously, they would have defused the bomb more quickly. It's quite funny. Quite humorous. Well, there's still money in the bank for Complexity. They did get the bomb planted in that round, and the previous money accrued from their previous wins has obviously set them up quite well in this one. Another AWP for Surreal. And I'm quite curious to see the development from BMC's double AWP here with Sanks on his. He previously tried to go aggressive towards B, but was denied. This time you can see that Sanks is going towards Ali, so he's trying to be... It's interesting to watch how they're doing this AWP dynamic. Obviously Sanks is just rotating all over the place as in how he wants to, which is very nice to see that there is a dynamic player with an AWP on this team.
It's always fun if you're allowed to play with your flow. Seb's got a very interesting angle. He's got the slightest corner to see people moving down the ramp, but what can he do with this position? Is this a one kill, one and done? Dropping down, Def goes as well. Lovely stuff. Buying time now. Is there anyone to rotate to take down Android? He doesn't know Android's there. The rotation's coming in. Android's holding the bomb as well. He has to deliver. There's the first shot. Gets dinked though, now to 9 HP. And he's only got one teammate in tow, that's Desi, and he's nowhere near him. Doing his best, two-man spray done! He's doing massive work here, but where is that? He's going to come in soon. Android trying to ace, it seems. Finally taken down. Now Desi can try and clean up. Nice headshot onto Sanks. He knows roughly where Neptune was. Could be on the high ground, could be on the low. And indeed, it's a much faster rotation for Desi towards A.
And what a chaotic situation. This really falls into the favor of Desi now, as he can just run into A, plant the bomb, and Neptune, he doesn't know what the mind games are going to be like. Until the bomb gets planted, he doesn't know for sure where his opponent has to be. And when that bomb is planted, boom. Now he knows, he can start running. But the question is, there's still like a decent amount of time here for Desi to move around. So Neptune is going to have to take a lot of time to make sure that his approach is undetected, that he walks all the way. And here we can see him moving in from Pop Dog. If this... Oh, he's trying to run now. Now Desi knows. Oh, nails the headshot down to one. Really, really close. That round, so chaotic. Seb with some crazy work, but Android, he almost saved it, man.
He almost did. Great work by Android, but if that's what it takes to almost win a round, then I don't know. That was insane. The amount of work he put in there was great. This is an angle I haven't seen before from a CT.
I mean, but he's so exposed to upper. That's really the only problem that I have with it.
Yeah, risks were being taken, but sometimes you take some risks.
Maybe he had the AWP cover from Connector or something. That was what he expected.
Yeah, but maybe, I mean, he might have a read on what he expects from Complexity. I'm sure they've done some study considering the importance of this match.
Yeah. Yeah, this is this is an insanely important match. This means so much for both teams. Cannot really be understated. Back into the league, or into the league, if you're BMC. Now, oh, the drop in from upper, now almost everybody from upper, and they are getting absolutely slaughtered with those Tech 9s. Sanks with another kill, and a nade frag as well. A lone Desi.
He made a desperate step down. He gave his position away. He showed his hands, and his cards weren't good enough. Money taken by the dealer. Dealer is BMC. 2 rounds ahead now, and the money's broken for Complexity. This might be a free round for BMC, an opportunity to build some cash. Their money not spectacular at the moment. 5 incendiary grenades on the BMC side. Def and Jason, oh my god, Android's got 15 kills, far above the rest of his side.
Nice.
The nearest man's got 3, he's got 5 times the frags of anybody else on his team.
Crazy, man. Oh, Neptune just going in there. Oh man, finding himself a headshot penetration on that crate as Def desperately tried to get some cover. Neptune not really giving it up there on that forward position towards T main. And that's basically the round. Obviously, Complexity walking into the round with almost nothing. Oh my god.
Con 93.
Yes.
Con 93.
Bish. Bash. Bosh. So, 6-3 now. The recovery for BMC is quite real. Although not with the double AWP here. I'm hoping to see that again. I'm really liking to see what they're doing with it. That's a Complexity with a fast run into a yard.
Oh, look at these mollies. Speaking of mollies, forced onto the high ground, but nobody has the angle. Speaking of angles, Waddle with a almost fatal tag onto Def. He's alive though, he can hold angles of his own. That was tight for Waddle. Waddle very dangerous at the moment, doing damage. People getting dropped on the Complexity side. Con 93 in the meantime is being taken down. Desi going for the safe plant. Rip.
Now it's a very troubling situation for Desi. Immediate trade frag set up by Sanks. And now Android lurks alone with his... I think he still has 15... No, he has 16 kills now, I imagine. So, can he make it to 19? There's number one. 2 more to go. There's the second one, Android on 1 HP. Oh, he got hit in the face by the grenade. He died to the grenade.
It doesn't even show a symbol.
Oh my god.
It shows no symbol.
Oh my god.
It used to show a Molotov, but it didn't even show that. It just showed a name, and then
It's not worth it, James. He's not worth the little
aggressor and victim. There was nothing else.
In the face with a Molotov. Happy
Look,
birthday.
here it comes, and there we go.
Cremated.
In some fashion, he was defeated by Complexity. They get the plant, and that allows them to have some utility with this buy. 4-round lead for BMC.
I don't know if I've ever seen someone killed by the Team Molotov like that, actually. I think that's the first for me.
I've seen a flashbang. I've killed someone with a decoy.
I've seen a flashbang a few times and decoy.
That's about it. Oh, there we go.
The BM one would be the HE. That would be the best one. Smacked in the face by HE and die like that. By collision. Well, oh! Man, Connor's going off. He's going off. However, Complexity not deterred. Still trying to force their way in, but they are lacking numbers. 2 men dead. Depth trying to maybe think about going for the plant, but no.
It's a teammate! No!
Oh my god, that was awkward.
Where's the comms? It's mayhem.
That is a yard for you, James.
It's free-for-all deathmatch, and BMC are winning. Wardle has got 10k behind his AWP, and that is that's not good for the Complexity side. AK is coming out once again. Jason R, though, in a sticky situation, and he's opting for Tech9 only, which is perfectly reasonable depending on the stratego for Complexity in this round. They've got themselves 3 smokes. Now, there are plays you can make into the yard quickly, but that won't be the case right now. Ooh, boost coming in. Nice. Neptune spotted. Neptune taken down. Gun can't be retrieved for the time being. Con 93 though. He's ready and he's waiting, and he's got a first kill.
Yeah, and he's got good coverage by the smokes. Another one comes in by Evox. Oh, a third as well.
And then everyone dies.
What you gonna do?
Con 93.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when Con 93 comes for you? Doesn't really work.
Very good, Dan.
I tried.
Very good. Your syllable game is...
I know.
Needs work.
I'll practice. Boom. That last frag is just cheeky. Incredibly cheeky, James. It was sent to the corner immediately. And pistols. Let there be pistols.
There are pistols. Pistols were... Behold pistols.
Behold them.
But what can they yield? Well, Con 93 has left the building. The megastar of BMC.
Megastar.
Down goes Android. Death by paper cuts in this, although that wasn't quite a paper cut, that was more of a paper cannon. The bomb needs to be retrieved.
Is that what you'll troll people in the office with next? A paper cannon?
I'm quite content with the drone, to be honest. Although I did...
You could drop stuff on them from the drone.
I have scarred one of our staff.
Yeah, that's actually... yeah, I can't believe that's true. But it is. It's actually true.
Yeah. One video that won't be released for legal reasons.
For legal reasons. Now has mysteriously gone missing. The evidence is gone.
Oh, we've got an opportunity. Jason I's got 35 seconds and the bomb has been collected. And there I was thinking it could have been a waste of time. There's a flank coming in. Ooh, he was close to winning that. Ah, Seb was pretty close though himself, so the trade was possibly there. Either way, it's 10-3 in favor of BMC, not to be confused with GMC. And now there's good money, spreadable money on the BMC side. So little to worry about in these final rounds, in terms of economy anyway.
When you say spreadable, you just make me think of like, Nutella or something.
Yeah.
And now I'm hungry. Hungry for Nutella. Anyway, we have the standard movement here from Complexity towards the secret area, just taking up the space above B ramp. Now, so far, we've seen a lot of A-yard pushes for Complexity. And I feel as though in some situations they've got unlucky. However, that is more or less the nature of it. Sometimes you're going to roll better than others, as it is very chaotic and there is variance. But looks like this round they're going to barrel back into the onside. Oh, they're lining up! But Android says no! And now it's down to Seb. He's in that position we saw before that he did so well with. This time only one, though.
Yeah, that's a super weird position, but more on that later. They've got a Battle 4 connector, and it's going the way of Complexity. They've got a man advantage for the time being. Surreal is trapped. That coN 93 can't get it done, and now he's alone. They know where he was. Can he get a 1 versus 1, though? Surreal backing up. Android holding an off angle by the bomb. Will it pay off for him? Yes, it will. One round on the board, one more round on the board for Complexity. Can they make it to 5? And now we'll see how that money will be spread on the BMC side.
Spreadable cheese also.
Yeah, cheese can be spread. So can an assortment of jams, such as apricot jam, strawberry jam. What other jams are there?
Marmite.
Marmite jam.
Right, so Wardell back on the AWP here, quick to a CT connector. Oh, aggressive play from BMC, not allowing Complexity to really play their game, or trying it at least, but instead they're going to forge an opportunity for Complexity to trade up there at 4 versus 3. A very handy situation to be in. And they can just play it slow now for a little bit, but just allow BMC to spread out. And once they have, they will be much more susceptible to the push, the concentrated efforts from Complexity, and they can choose to go A or B, doesn't matter. At this point, the numbers should be enough to win them this round.
Seb's changing up his position, but again, it's only good for 1 kill. Shoulder picking comes in, but Wardle's too slow on the second peek. And looks like Complexity will reach 5. Now you start to wonder if they can... Oh, coN 93, you are on fire. Ooh, the timing. Spotted. Desi, will he pop out? Or is he just going to allow his teammates to bait for him? Will he be the hook? Or maybe even the machete? Time not in his favor, and down he goes.
Yeah, rough situation there. And, you know, BMC, they're 3 for 3 on pistol rounds. If they make it 4 for 4, Complexity are in... they've almost lost the game at that point, potentially, depending on the second round after the pistol, or the
look at the kills
17th round
on Complexity. Can we look at the kills?
Let us gaze upon the kills.
24 kills for Android X.
24.
Everybody
and
else.
5 round saves, and they have 5 rounds.
Yeah.
That is a mad gangster. Would you not say?
It would be gangster if they could win a pistol round, that's for sure.
That's quite true. Yes.
Surreal with a smoke and diffuse kit on the CT side. We see BMC looking for Shokanor again. They've on their Glock rounds, they have gone for those close quarters bum rushes, and it looks like that's going to be the job again. Neptune makes its way past, and the bait comes in. Desi, oh, that's a lovely one tap. Wardle's there as well, but he can't get another one. No highlight reel for you, Desi, unless he can get more frags. There's the second one. Can he stop the bomb from going down? It's on the high ground of the bomb train as well. But it's a 5 versus 2. Not working out for coN 93 and co.
Ooh.
Sanks, though, 2 headshots. Another one!
No. Surely not. Surely not. It's down to 2-on-2 now. There was 3 players more just a second ago for Complexity, but not now. Sanks has been there with a Glock. Ah, the 4th kill from Sanks. He's left Connor in a 1 versus 1 with the bomb planted. There is a kid on Surreal, but he's going to get flicked in the face by a Glock. That is an unbelievable steal. That's daylight robbery, James. That is daylight robbery.
That's 2 versus 5, man. That's a carjacking right there. That's not even... That's a carjacking. They're taking the car.
Yeah, he stopped at some traffic lights.
I noticed there's a baby in the back. And they've kept the baby, Dan.
Oh,
that's how bad it was. They've kept the baby. They've got a new member of the crew.
We shall condition him from a young age. Anyway, we got the pistols out here for the CTs. They're very dangerous on the A side. You can't take it for granted, and you can see why. They're spread all over the place, peeking as they choose very quickly from these angles, and it's so hard to actually trade off or trade them because the trains are so long and narrow that you have to peek so wide to get to the player that you're then exposed to 3 more different angles. And look at this, they can't get anything done. I think they got overconfident, James. What do you think?
I think they got absolutely wrecked. The baby's been taken back firmly, swiftly, and safely. It's in a blanket, Dan. It's got a bottle of milk, warm milk, of course, and a rattler. The baby is in good hands. BMC, what you gonna do? They've got a 5-smoke pistol buy. So I'm thinking wall of smokes in A, get the bomb planted. Old school train strats. I miss old train where you could almost guarantee a plant behind that big
Stupid little
bin full of sand or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. It's like invulnerable. If you dropped a nuke on it, everything would be gone except that bloody bin. Well, ooh, what is this, James? Explain.
It's all lies. They forced the CTs back because there are so many smokes. And Death's on the high ground though. He should see something. Oh, that's curious.
Android didn't have enough frags. Here, have some more Android. Have some money as well, man. That's 3 kills on SMG. That is, he's going to be making some bank right there. 1800. Let's go. Let's go. Android, he wants the last one. Give him the ace. Oh, no ace for you, friends.
That's.
Oh man.
I don't know where the value is in doing a smoke execute from main, then running into Pop Dog to go A, because.
I agree.
I mean, it depends. Like, what are you expecting the CTs to do? Are you expecting them to push through the smoke? I don't know what the advantage of rushing Pop is when you're next to main in that situation. Because if the CTs are playing close, then it can be somewhat suicidal. So I can't see a world where BMC are expecting the CTs to be in forward positions. Maybe they're doing it because of this round. Maybe it's to suggest that we've showed you these smokes and we did this last time. So yeah, now we're going to go with that. I mean, but it sucks. It's still an E. It's still an E. Well, that's one issue, but it's still an eco. So it doesn't like. Ooh, the light up. I don't understand. Yeah, I mean because they've chosen the 2 worst ways to rush into the site, aka funnels, with their smoke execute when they could just go through main. I don't know why they wouldn't just go through main. Yeah, I agree with you there. But it's I'm not saying like it's wrong, but I do think it's wrong. But I'm saying that I can't see where they're coming from with that. You don't like the logic of that. Well, first you don't know what the logic is, but yeah, but that's the main thing. Yeah, I can't see anyway. We could come back to it on another eco round. We got the orbs in now, and this is again. So we talked about this situation for the T's of complexity last time, where you play the slow round, and you got so you're so limited on A's, and you go in the mid round for the A set piece or the push from T main and from Pop Dog. That's like the very standard play here. But the only difference is that Wardell's on the AWP. Previously, we didn't see an AWP, and it's going to be interesting to see how that does play out for BMC, and whether or not they even choose to go for the A yard push with these smokes, because once they throw their nades, there's not any more. They're so light on nades. So perhaps they're just going to try to really kill the clock here quite significantly and allow Wardell to potentially get, maybe give them a numbers advantage early on. You can see he's going for an aggressive peek there, being very aggressive. I actually like this a lot. Ooh, spotted.
Oh no, oh god, this is desperate.
Oh,
everyone's going to be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. The push is probably going to happen now. They've gotten all they can out of Wardell. I wonder why he opted for the Molotov. So they're shooting. I mean, it's bad timing that the other guy was there as well, because maybe otherwise he would have sprayed him as the Molotov came in. So that's probably what he was doing. But such is life, such is Counter-Strike. Yeah. Anyway, we've got another smoke execute from BMC. So could the ecos have been sacrificed for the buy round where they're looking to go for a push into main? Maybe they're playing the long game. So far, so good. Con 93 with the kill onto Jason up. Android gets shut down immediately on the bomb train. That's a big kill for BMC. Allows them to progress. However, Desi and Death back into the bomb site here, trying to cause havoc and chaos and anarchy, but it's not going to work. We have BMC with another victory under their belts, and a timely one at that. A victory at a point in which complexity were yet to really build all that much in the way of money. So now this is why you have to be careful as a commentator of saying like this is wrong,
which is why we didn't in the previous round, because they did 2 smoke executes, which essentially didn't make sense as far as we're concerned, and then on their buy round, they do the one that makes sense. So, and they won a round from that as well. Who knows if the previous rounds came into play, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were playing the long game with those previous rounds, which is really cool and something you rarely see in North American Counter-Strike for sure.
Yeah, setting precedence is really good with smoke setups. But speaking of setting precedent, maybe Surreal is making a mark here. 2 kills in the off straight away. That's forcing Connor to just go for a quick play here. The trade is set up, but it's a 2 versus 4 situation. The bomb's towards A at the moment. Now, does he go to the B bomb side, or do they use Seb as a distraction? It's a very tough situation to play out. And indeed, Neptune, he actually gets intercepted. Doesn't realize there's another player close. That's the bomb lost, and that is the round done. Complexity winning one right back, and that's going to cause all kinds of problems here for BNC. Look at their money now. They didn't even get a bomb plant. A bomb plant would have mitigated this somewhat and allowed them to maybe try to force it up, but they're in a awkward spot now where they aren't. Are they going to force it up? No.
The score is pretty tight now.
Yeah.
3 rounds between the 2 sides. Complexity will definitely have more comfort on their CT side as well, so they will, once they hit double figures, they will feel confident going forward. Although BMC's buy rounds will be dangerous. And again, what do they have this time? What do they have in store this time?
I mean, I think in the next round, they're going to do AKs and smokes into A. So, as we were talking about in that setting precedence, trying to condition your opponent, if that's what their plan is, this is another round where that might be the goal.
So this time the bomb is over towards the B bomb site. Will they pull a rotation though? Indeed, Surreal's making his way towards A, and Desi's not too far from Connector, but Surreal's gone straight back towards B. The push has not come in yet because the Molotov's there, and that may allow the CT to be more confident on the A side. Down they go, and indeed Surreal's made his way back in towards A, despite no one going down for the CT side. And can they get across now? No! 2-man spread out for Desi, no plant for BMC, Complexity on double figures.
Yeah, and that's, you know, good positioning from Desi. I mean, the problem there is potentially for the CTs is if, okay, maybe they just have one guy there, but if that guy's in a very close position, then he's at a lot of risk. And this is, you know, the nature of understanding the economy, your opponent's economic situation, because you don't want to play close when you can suspect pistol rushes when you're like the only guy on the side. You play exactly in the kind of range where Desi was. You can do some damage, but you can be safe. And BMC, they were so money screwed in the timing in which they lost that round that we can see they're on pistols here again. This is why I wondered if they would go for a force, because they were going to have a bunch of crappy buys anyway. And they opted not to go for the force. Trying to play strategically, tactically instead, actually.
Con trying to make his way through the site. Trades are there though. Cyril's got a pick, but BMC, this is a light buy. They don't care. They've got a bomb plant, and now it's about getting some bonus damage in. Jason R picked off as well. Complexity won't want to lose any more players, and they won't. 3 players surviving, AWP in tow, and the diffuse is coming in. BMC get themselves some bonus money, but Complexity are just 1 round behind now. Look at all these CT rounds that have been won.
Yeah, and it was quite a good result for BMC in that round. They did a lot with very little. 2 kills in a bomb plant is always going to be a very welcome sight in a round like that. And now we see the AWPs coming into play once again. Well, we obviously already had Surreal on the AWP, but Wardell...
Well, now the plural comes in.
Indeed. Yes, exactly. So Wardell there with BMC on the AWP. I think it might be one of the first times he's had armor with that AWP as well. Even got a Tech 9, a smoke grenade. He's loving life. Now, for the time being, Desi's playing quite close to the ramp towards B. Always, of course, using the smoke here. Nasty business.
Gimmicks.
Nice flash. Beautiful stuff there. Good team play. Good tactics from BMC to allow them to, for the cost of $200, to claim without any loss, except those $200. Safely, they now have the B, or rather the secret area here.
Desi using gimmicks like he's Doink the Clown. Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
This is position, man.
So this is a thing then. This is a thing. But this, you can see Surreal has the angle. He's got his back.
Yeah. Ooh, but Wardell's looking for it. I mean, as you said, you know, they use that position too.
How does he win that angle?
I don't know, man. Oh, Desi waiting a while for that one. Wardell not going for the wide peek here. You see Desi's looking for it, but he will get taken down. And Android is creeping. He's creeping a very forward position. Do they realize what's going on? The trade comes in, though. This is absolute madness, but the CTs, they just don't have enough numbers now.
Oh, seen an elbow, Jason R. Interesting gun name. How does he get the 1 versus 1s? Through the Molotov, but he'll be hurt. Sanks flying in. That's one duel, 130 HP, trying to pre-fire. 10 bullets in the magazine, the dink! But that's all she wrote. I don't know how Wardle got that pick on Surreal.
Yeah, yeah. That was quite impressive. I mean, that was the Surreal had. I mean, it's such a hard battle to win because Surreal has so much range leading into the angle, and Wardle's like very close to the angle, so he has a massive disadvantage.
Yeah,
there. It's really crazy.
Yeah, unless Surreal was like blinking or looking at radar,
Picking his nose, maybe.
then I just don't know. 2 rounds between the two sides. BMC closer to the 2-0 though. Well, close to the 2-0.
I like this mix-up here from BMC. They're starting to try to pressure Ali now, see if they can get some value from Wardell in this spot. Late smoke, well, not actually that late, but a smoke grenade. Now, BMC, I definitely would like it if they don't just allow the smoke to make them wait. And indeed, Connor's going to be going over the top of the smoke to realize that, okay, this position is safe. We could try to push through it, potentially.
Oh, timing.
Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate for BMC. And they're starting to run out of time now. They need to begin to think to make a move.
You know what would be interesting? If you were on Ivy as a T side with 2 riflers, as opposed to one being on a sniper, and you boosted one guy and he sees no one's holding angles, and you just let the other guy walk through the smoke.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking they would do, actually.
Yeah. But the other guy's an AWP, so that would be awkward.
Yeah.
We'll see, he heard the nade being primed. And there we go, Jason's not taken down. He knows 2 people are towards Ivy, but they haven't seen the bomb, so what did Complexity do? There are 35 seconds on the clock here.
That was very close. Now, Death's position is very important there. Andron as well, though. He's doing so much damage here. Finally gets traded. Now Death becomes dangerous, but no. Wardell's looking for it. Very nice, very important. Leaves just Desi alone. The bomb now planted, ticking away there happily in that smoke. And this seems nigh on impossible. Desi has so many positions to worry about. Flash comes in, Neptune on the side. Another round for BMC. They're starting to pull together some rounds here. That's 2 in a row for them. And look at where the money is for Complexity. They cannot afford to be broken on the money at this point in the match.
Android's got 34 kills. He is doing the heavy lifting, which is keeping Complexity in the game at the very least, but more needs to be done on his side, unfortunately. The way things are at the moment. This is awkward now. Again, they're forced onto the eco, which likely puts BMC on game point should they be successful here. Only 1 CZ onto Surreal. CZ's so dangerous on rounds such as this.
Though Connor is making some inroads here, and we get Sanks spraying him down, hosing him down. And, well, B-bomb site is clear for planting, and the bomb will make its way there. We're able to cover the flank. And it is a very smooth round here for BMC up against the Pistols of Complexity. Not too much they can field against what BMC are carrying into this one, but perhaps, well, the next one's going to have to make the difference. They're going to be up against potentially going down 2 maps at the start of this best of 5. And Complexity, the team that got relegated, they're defending themselves. They're trying to get re-promoted into the league. If they win this match, they're able to do that. However, if BMC are able to take them down this best of 5, they go into ECS Season 3. That's a pretty remarkable achievement for a new lineup.
Yeah, it is. It would be an exciting one, but we're not there just yet. Maybe we won't get there. Who knows what Complexity will do in the coming rounds, the coming games.
Yes.
So they have limited utility, but importantly, the CT side that is, so importantly they've got 5 smokes, so they can stop or try to stop some initial aggression. BMC though have no reason to rush things unless it is within their stratego. Those early flashes are interesting because they will, or they can force CT to exhaust grenades, but Android just holding things down, adding to his tally. 2 players remaining from BMC.
He is just doing so much work here for Complexity. It's absolutely unreal. Now it's going to be up to the clutch shenanigans here. We've seen Sanks do it before. Wardell as well with some high impact fragging with that AWP. Through the smoke goes Sanks. Easy one for him. Surreal out of the picture. Caught from the side though. Somehow escapes with his life, but only with 2 fibers of life left. Turns the corner, finds himself a Desi. Problems now.
Wardell knows where Jason R was.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
like
he's got underneath him!
in the night.
Jason are finding the AWP as well. The candle is not blown out just yet, but it's definitely in the wind.
Android Man and Droid.
How many kills has he got?
36.
36.
He
He
has
has
to say.
more than double of anyone on his team, which is good. He is representing the red and white brand.
God damn. Well, still much more work to be done. UMPs are pretty godlike, so complexity with some decent chances here. But look at this. Desi, the man with the UMP, one of the two UMPs, could have a lot on his hands very shortly. Honor's looking for that entry, almost. And we get some rotation from Complexity now. As a response, they've got 3 players ready to respond. Should there be a future push onto this bomb site. And BMC, they have the ability to just chill for a while. And that would be pretty smart after that initial aggression. Just allow Complexity to start second-guessing themselves. Although the nades are coming in, James, I think they're going to stay there.
I think it's they're offering a fake. So I suppose it's a double fake. They're trying to make Complexity unsure as to what exactly is going on. Neptune makes his way in. The others shortly will be in tow, but all the kills going the way of coL. Apart from that one, so far so good for the CT side. They need 3 more rounds for overtime now. Triple face coming in. Zed doesn't know where to aim. Flashes, all the grenades coming through. Not much HP left for him. 2 rounds remain for Complexity to bring this to overtime.
That was a really nice setup from Complexity. I mean, they had the 3 players on the B side, so already a good read from them. But playing the baits below the ladder there with Android, using the off angles was just absolutely godlike. That's so incredibly hard to stop. So nice team play there from Complexity with that setup, and nice read as well. But as you say, still a ways to go. And we have Tech Knives, we've got Armors, we have the set piece coming into the A-bomb site. The smoke's starting to rain in, but do we get a fake? What do we get? That's what Complexity are going to be asking themselves, because we've seen all kinds of smoke setups from BMC.
I think there was a CT smoke towards the Pop Dog as well. A counter smoke. Ooh, Android gimmicks of his own. Flashbang makes his way through, but Neptune sent to the grave early. The plant comes in, or attempted. Goes back to the same position. Will Android find the angle? He will. They're getting wrecked again, Dan. They're not going to have... Well, let's see how much money. I don't know if they went for the full buy there. I wasn't paying attention. No, they didn't. So they've got a good buy, or a reasonable buy, BMC, for what could be the last round. 40 kills, the 4-0, the 40 bomb, and other things.
He's done it. He's actually made it all the way there. Yeah, that's crazy performance so far from Android. He's, as you said, he's really been keeping them in the game. High value, high impact player at the moment for Complexity. Wardell, though, faster than position on team main. Flashbang, though, that's a great flash. And will Surreal find himself that angle, that much needed angle, to get himself a pick-off, a very important pick-off that could force BMC into a very bad situation. Playing with fire.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is bad for Surreal.
Gets one. Does he realize that there are 2 people there? I think he probably does. Got teammate in for support as well, but ConCon93 cares not. 2 kills for him. Down to the 3-on-3 now. Surreal dancing around the site. Awkward with an AWP. Sanks insta-shots. Android, that's the big man down in this game for Complexity. Desi and Surreal remain.
Surreal in a great position, though. Very clutchable with the AWP there. Flank comes in. Oh, Surreal pulls out the CZ. Can't get the kill in time. And now Desi's position's been given up. Will the nade land and hit the target? Yes! Great damage done onto Sanks, as well as the frag onto Seb. Sanks will be forced to go for the plant in this position. And Complexity's Desi can be anywhere.
Sanks making steps on the site. He does not have any inclination to look into connector. And we are going to head to overtime. Complexity have done it. It did not look good. It looked bleak, in fact, for the CT side. But Android X with 41 kills and 7 MVP stars will not give up just yet.
And, you know, fortunately for Complexity, there's no pistol rounds in overtime. They've lost all the pistol rounds so far, James. They've lost 4 pistol rounds. Can you believe it?
That sucks. Right then, how many AWPs will they buy? Will it be an all-in 2 AWPs on the first round of the CT side, or will it be 1? It's going to be 2. If they lose this round, If they lose this round, it significantly raises the chances of a 0-3 half. Bartolf math confirmed. See what will become of the CT side here. They would love to get the first pick.
Wardell, here he goes. And Desi playing over the smoke. We saw it previously. Does back himself up though. And nothing really gained by either side. BNC, we saw previously, of course, they do really want to see if they can get that early edge from Wardell with the AWP. There's obviously certain angles that he can try to be aggressive on. We saw it in alley. We saw it just there down the ramp and perhaps towards upper as well on B. But nothing's going just yet. And what could be quite dangerous is Def being so close to teammate as well. There is push potential if there is too much delay. And also if they try to set up anything, Def is going to be very quick to hear it. So, we get the creep from Connor in alley. So right now BMC waiting for a potential play here. Connor might just try to see what he can get done from this. How far can he go? And it's going to be Sanks actually gets the pick off onto Def in teammate.
Power socket being watched by a sniper. Jason with the snap onto Concon 93. Desi has not been discovered just yet. Got to be careful. Surreal running the distraction in the meantime. He does not have to reveal his position just yet. He's just feeding information to his team, Neptune. But Neptune's getting the kills now. He's set him free and he's killing everyone. It's only Desi remaining now. Oh my god, what's happened?
And there's the round. Oh man. 16-15. BNC picking it up. They will have to worry not about their money leading into the next 2 rounds of this overtime. The first overtime between these two teams on map number 2. If you're just joining us, BNC handily dispatched Complexity on Cobblestone just previous to this. Now, Def with the AWP in hand, looking for a wayward opponent's assailant. And there is to be none just yet. A nice setup here, forward setup from Android and Surreal in the yard. I like these kinds of setups with rifles, especially considering how ham Android has been in this matchup so far. It's great to have him in a position like this. These frags go a long way as a T side is rushing in through the choke points. Def trying to spot through into teammate as well, not getting anything just yet. And BNC soon to set up their play. They're looking ready, James.
There's mad hornage going on.
Hornage.
In the background. 1 minute on the clock. You have to wonder if Complexity are demoralized after the fashion in which they lost the last round. So far, so good for Def, however. Bomb moving into the A site now. Surreal backing off a little bit. Android getting even more kills. And there we go. Lemming falling down the ladder. The bomb is in no man's land. And despite losing the first round, Complexity looking to bring things back. When they had no money, they can't afford to lose players in this situation. The flank comes in, no other than Android. He cannot be stopped at the moment.
Yeah, he is looking amazing. I mean, obviously, he's on 45 kills, James. Obviously, you know, when we first started to see Android, you know, it was quite clear that he's pretty darn good. Looking a bit better than before, even. I'm not sure how consistent this level will be from him, but
he's having a good game.
Yeah,
but it's just a game.
It is just, it's one game. One of many. Double up now. Def and Surreal. Got Wardell on an AWP for BMC. And do they really want to play this slow game against Complexity? Or do they want to get their mates hit? Oh my god, what nerf was that?
Wow. That was devastating. That was a glorious snap. Glorious. Can BMC capitalize though? Can they retake the lead? Or is Android going to continue to shock the terrorist side? 3 players towards Ivy, including the bomb. If they face, that's a lot of info for Complexity, especially with a minute on the clock. It's a long rotation from the Ivy position. Another trap there, BMC. They didn't really have time to rotate the bomb anymore. So even if Jason R goes down, that's going to be a rotation of 2 guys from the B bomb site. However, there's a position for 1 main, 1 pop dog for BMC. So they're looking strong at the moment. Surreal flashed off, but down goes Concon. And I still don't know if the bomb's been spotted, but the rotation's coming in from the CT side. Is it fast enough?
Yeah, Surreal has so many angles to watch out for, and it looks like he will fall to Pop Dog. But somehow Complexity have managed to actually handle this situation, just putting it down to the 1 versus 1 eventually, as Auto trades back onto Desi. Bomb is down. There's less than 20 seconds to try to get this done and dusted. And Android knows he can play the time here. There's a spot, and Wardell gets caught on the cross. Android once again bringing his team into a winning ways. 47 frags for him at the end of the first half of the first overtime.
He's getting multi-kills on a lot of these rounds.
Yeah.
2 kills in that is gorgeous. 2 kills in the last round, 3 kills in the round prior to that. Very important man for his team at the moment. But now the CT side has come to an end for Complexity. Can he continue his consistency? Will he need to, or are the rest of his team going to show up as well?
It's a good point, actually. You know, it's much harder to get for him to get that consistency on a T side of a map like Train. Sometimes you're just going to get screwed on this map. So we'll see what happens, or whether or not he'll try to start just running in, going in an old-style Olafmeister. Would be quite cool to see that. I don't think we see much of that, actually, from either team so far in this Train game. But you get that one player that charges down the first Train out of the team main area. Now, we have what looks to be like that A smoke setup by the dumpster. A lot of cardboard in that dumpster.
Maybe it's only cardboard, but that is a lot of cardboard. All the cardboard. I don't know why a train station would generate so much cardboard, but that's a question for another day. Now it's Complexity's turn for shenanigans with smoke grenades. Bomb over towards the B bomb site. Will anybody sacrifice themselves towards A, however, for the fake? They're starting to move in. Maybe it's too late for this Molotov. That's easy to cross through for this T side. 2 players on the bomb site, 1 down. But there's the trade, and suddenly everybody's getting fragged. Wardell, can he follow up with a pistol? Doesn't need to. 1 player on the site, 1 player unknown.
Yeah, the duo, Sanks and Wardell, we've seen them in this kind of situation previously. Def finds himself. That duel doesn't like the looks of it, but the burden is not on him. He can just play the time here. The burden is on BNC to push the issue as the shadow is spotted. Somehow, though, Wardell makes the kill onto Def, leaving Desi alone. They know where he is. They are able to extinguish with the smoke the Molotov, and that is the defuse coming in. Desi waits too long for the peak, and the round is stolen there by BMC. That is a pretty...
Why doesn't he face?
I don't know, mate.
I mean...
there is a chance that he did not hear the defuse, I suppose.
Possibly. But then why? But then if he doesn't hear the defuse, why is he even just standing there going side to side?
Or maybe he doesn't realize that the Molotov got extinguished.
It looks like the defuse came in at the same time as the smoke went off. But I mean, it's louder than it used to be. Anyway, it is what it is. 17-17. No whoops the Complexity for this round. Jason has made his way through upper B early, but there are still 2 corners to check behind those boxes to his right and the corner to his left, but it seems he's not terribly interested in venturing over there just yet. 4 players in A for BMC. Seb left on his own again. I don't know if he's playing on his shenanigans spot. I think he's on a low ground. Indeed he is. Here's nothing. Complexity being very quiet. You see the bomb is currently outside the main area. And look at how that one flashbang causes BMC to snap throw their smoke grenades. They've been baited into using some utility. They have no smokes left.
Complexity trying to make BMC sweat. But how sweaty will they be? Oh, we actually get a push from BMC, in fact, so perhaps quite sweaty indeed. No longer wanting to perspire, they want to take the issue into their hands. Oh, the timing is absolutely unreal. 2 kills and the bomb for free.
Neptune surely spotted death by E-Box. He will be made to wait. 20 seconds remain. Desi on the side as well. There's a potential path to glory here, but the double pick's going to come in from the CT side. Neptune's down, and now it's coN 93, but he's let Def escape. He's let him escape. There are 10 seconds left. He can come in for the fast flank, but he needs to be really fast. Bomb getting past it in the smoke, but he's exposed. Wardell finishing him off. Game point to BMC.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. That push timing was just so unfortunate for Complexity, but It's also very unlikely to see a CT side in such a situation as this. Be like, yep, let's do a two-man push. But at the same time, like if they have a read of the kind of timing of complexity, that's when you can get really meta with those pushes. So it worked out very well for them. Cheeky decoy. Now, what do complexity respond with? How can they get Def into a position here to make some frags happen? I mean, he's at Ali at the moment, but we know Sanks there for BMC, and he's got the rifle, and he's not got too much support, so he's going to be playing very passively. So there shouldn't, in reality, be too much that Def can do from this position. Nice little boost, though. Again, we should not really see any wide peaks here from Sanks. So complexity will lose a lot of time trying to make this happen. Oh, wow. How does he make that work? The crouch peek.
That is Dirt McGurts.
Crabbed.
And there we go. Looks like we might be going to overtime too. It's a 5 versus 3 situation, not in favor of the CT side. Bomb still needs to get planted though. Desi's been picked off. Neptune playing around the blue train. Spots someone on the high ground. That's one down. Sees on the left. That's a trade though for Android. Need to make their way to the bomb site, and they're edging there slowly but surely. 40 seconds, they've still got time. There goes Jason Orr, down to 2 versus 2 now. Sanks needs to stay alive, needs to run distraction. Where is it safe to plant the bomb? They don't know where Seb is, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, Android knows he has to find Sanks. He has to find Sanks! Oh no! Sanks! How does he find the headshot again? Surreal might kill him, but now Seb poses an incredibly huge threat, as does the time. The bomb has to be picked up. It has to be planted near immediately. If Seb plays this correctly, Surreal should be completely screwed in this position. Steps being made now. Surreal goes to the plant, and Seb knows that he has to really commit to it at this point. He gets the plant off though. And Seb catches him. Oh my god, Surreal has a chance now. Seb was unable to get the finishing shots. And Surreal, he still has 73 health. Oh, the angle's good. And that's going to be the round there. And another overtime secured. Another chance for complexity.
That was scary stuff. Android just shy of 50 kills, and people are barely touching 30 at the moment. Complexity still in it though. They're still in it. This is not over yet. I don't know. I don't think you can really favor a team at this point on train. But again, oh, now it's BMC who are going double ops on the first round of their CT side. Again, if they lose this, once their buy comes in for round 2, they'll have basically nothing left. So if they go 2-0, the 3-0, if they go 0-2 rather, the 0-3 is almost, it's all but guaranteed.
And I feel better for BMC, you know, starting things off on this half, just because Android is very much less of a danger on the Complexity's T side. So if they get that 2 or 3 rounds, then that's all they need. That's all they realistically need to do. And this position, if Connor is going to be interesting, he's going to have potentially an onslaught of players. Complexity playing it slow, but always going to go for it. This is scary. This is so dangerous. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't be the one to be a hero. Oh, is Android going to leave the position? The timing is unreal, but it looks like Connor...
Oh my god, how does he let him kill his teammate like that?
He's been sold, James. He's been sold. Sold down the river.
Again, Complexity, they're just baiting each other. Hardcore, like, I'm going to let you die so I can retain my position.
He was looking at him forever. That's just heinous. That's
half asleep. He's half asleep, man.
You should go to hell for that one, James.
Didn't you guys watch Hulk Hogan? Eat your greens, drink your milk, all that stuff, go to sleep. That's madness.
And what? And
they're left with 2 players.
Oh man. Oh man.
I can see, like, you know, recently I've seen Dave's tweeting, you know, I don't know how Complexity are losing these rounds and so on and so forth. And now maybe we're witnessing some of what he's talking about, because god damn.
Yeah, that's like a spot where, I mean, I don't think Connor should ever be pushing that deep. I mean, I mean, okay. There are spots where obviously, you know, you're able to do it, but in that spot in particular, Complexity had a setup which is to stop that.
Well, no,
there's like a crossfire setup, anti-aggression.
I don't think there's anything wrong with him pushing that far. You can choose to do it. You're taking a risk if you just walk there. You see, he had support. You can opt for the flashbang, but then that reveals, if they're not there and there's no one for you to kill, if there's somebody nearby, then that reveals that the CTs have taken a forward position, and then you can base decisions off that. So you either choose to go with a flash or take a higher risk and just walk in there. But you don't get a kill when your setup's there for that for that play.
No, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, it was quite a fast kill, but still, it's pretty nice. Ooh, good flash, and there's the frag. Is there a chance here now? We're going to get potentially more play from Complexity into that A site now. But again, it's a situation, you get the early man advantage against the CTs. You just, make them sweat a little bit. You wait. You have time to do it. They have to spread their setup a little bit more thin. And then usually it's very predictable how CT set up in a 4 versus 5 situation. So you can take advantage of what the most predictable setups actually are from that position. And train is very hard to play. The A yard with just 2 men. A lot of teams actually put 3 there. Or 2 in fast response, as we can see here, towards Connector. And Android gives his team another one. This guy is quite dangerous. What do you do now if you're BMC?
They've still got Seb over towards the B bomb site pretty deep. So it's a 2 versus 5 at the moment. And now Neptune is trapped as well. Forced out by the Molotov and down he goes. Waddle stuck on the site. Surely he gets traded here. Did he spot that player? Oh my god, that was so fast!
Oh, what?
It's a 2 versus 3. There are 20 seconds, and now there's a flank coming in from Seb. The bomb's going down. Someone's got to be watching Pop Dog.
That was disgusting.
Oh, there we go. None other than Android X once again. 3 kills for him in that round. He is winning rounds almost single-handedly for Complexity.
It's very true. Oh, here it is. It's like he looks so panicked, and then boom, sit down, sit down. Neptune, I thought he played pretty well in Pop Dog there. I mean, like the way he used grenades and pushed and stuff. He played really well. He only got a 1 frag out of it, but yeah, they're already down a bunch of players. Oh, fast round this time for Complexity, straight into the A yard. Wardell able to get Desi, thin out the numbers, but Death pushes on quickly. Another one for Wardell. They're just knocking him down, like whack-a-mole at the moment for him. And he's given his team a really nice chance here to hold on to this. BMC should be good for this one. Another player down here for Complexity. The bomb is in no man's land. T's all over the place at this point. Now just a lone Death versus 4. Spotted by Wardell. Let's get the frag, but the trade is up for grabs. Seb gets it, 20-19, and BMC, they have the lead, James.
Credit to Neptune as well. He positioned himself to cover Wardell's left, and I think Jason R was trying to flank Wardell and got picked off there. So really great fast thinking from the BMC side, which helped them secure that round. Once again, they are in the lead. Now it's Complexity's turn to go double ops on the CT side. That's been one consistent decision in this overtime between both CT sides. Is double op in the first round of their respective halves. Wardell buying AWP and absolutely nothing else, saving as much money as possible. Again, you want your AWP AWPing, not throwing smoke grenades and such.
True that. Desi in his normal position there at the bottom of the ramp, and they've seen his smoke set up so many times. No smoke just yet, though. I mean, typically the smoke would be down at this point, so Desi opting not to, play with the smoke trick here. I mean, he's done it so many times. BMC are wise to it now at this point. And he will back away just as BMC start to push. There is the smoke. Oh, he could be in trouble here. I don't know if he knows what's going on. There's, oh my goodness, 2 frags out of that situation. That is pretty incredible.
Surreal trying to give himself some more angles. Man advantage for the CTs all at the back of B. Wardell waiting, Wardell receiving, Wardell delivering once again. Mollies to try and shut down the push, but Jason R's on the high ground now. Clock is ticking, no grenades whatsoever for BMC. Seb alive but in an awkward spot. Android coming, not ready for the high ground of Seb, straight in the jaw. And again, Jason on the high ground, but that bomb is continuing to tick. Will they choose to abandon? Not sure if they can at this point. There goes Sanks, there goes Seb as well. Wardell probably only needs to get 1 kill. Can Jason even jump off the top? He's got 13 HP. He can't escape, he's gonna die. So he's gonna go for the defuse. The hero defuse, Wardell straight in his body, takes him down. Another round in the bag for BMC. Game point.
Yeah, 2 chances for them now. And it's quite cool because we see, Wardell there. I think there's been a lot of spots where we know that he's the dedicated AWP man for BMC. But some spots he's looked flustered, in some spots maybe not as consistent as he would maybe like to be. but he is actually in these moments in overtime, it's really starting to deliver for BMC, and that was fantastic. Now, Complexity in a really dire spot. They do have the weapons to work with though, and as far as their setups go, it's looking. I mean, we've seen this one before. Def trying to get some work done here from Ali with that AWP of his. Again, that's often where Fallen does so much damage on the CT side with his AWP.
I've got to say, one of the things I enjoyed so far in this game was Complexity on the T side. Just threw one flashbang into A, and it caused BMC to deploy all their remaining smoke grenades. Just one flashbang forced them to waste utility, and I like that touch from them. I don't know if we'll see something similar from BMC, who have loads of utility at the moment. But again, looking for an opening kill at present. Def goes straight into a trap, and they know a second player is here as well because of the flashbang. And there goes the second player, Wardle ripping Complexity apart right now.
Yeah, man, he's just going full back alley surgeon mode, performing all dodgy surgeries. They're all falling, and looks like the trade will be, well, not really a trade, but the flash push from Android is successful. But he's alone on the side. He's got so many angles to worry about. We've got coNO creeping all the way around the back trains from CT spawn. And looks like Android knows about this. Still goes down to coNO though. coNO breathing some life back into the round for BMC now as he moves forwards. Knows that Surreal's there, spots his arm. Doesn't want to take the shot. Oh, nice pick off there. coNO finds the moment, pulls the trigger. And that is one Surreal less for Complexity. And that's it. BMC have done it. They've managed to, in the second overtime, James, take Train away from Complexity. That is a 2-0 start in this best of 5.
Yeah, I do wonder a little bit about the communication on Complexity. Just at the end there, you saw the pick onto Def, but he was picked by a boosted player. And I think it was Android who eventually traded, but then, I mean, it could be that he felt it was